Hi everybody and welcome back to NEOPET's HQ. This is a re-recording of a video idea I've had planned for a while. I noticed a trend where every NEOPET's YouTuber was making a tier list of their favorite pet species, where my video is going to be a little twist, like a little stepping stone for people who might have undesirable pets and don't know what to do with them. They want to change their pets that they have and they don't know what to change with. Keep in mind that, this is taking me a couple retries to record and everything, but just because, sometimes I do these videos unscripted just because I want to keep myself prepared for if I go to doing live streams, and live streams don't have a script, so I figure, hey, why not? But anyways, this video isn't, it's my opinion, basically. It's all my opinions on what looks good and what doesn't. The rules is I'm going to be looking at each species of Neopets and choosing 2 or 3 best colors and 2 and 3 worst colors to have. And if you guys get upset or offended because I picked a color that I didn't like at all, or I think is just kind of trash for the species or whatever, and you like it for that species or something, sorry about that, I had dinner. Please prove me wrong. I love seeing people's customizations for everything. I love being able to see what other people can do with their customs and what themes they can incorporate that I might not have thought of before. I think it was really cool. I think it was kind of cool when I was watching, some of the pet YouTubers, Neopet YouTubers, other ones. The main one being the Amanda Files, obviously. Maybe Salem. There was a third one that oh gosh, I feel so bad because I can't remember who's off the top of her head. That's a, dang it. Okay, I'll have to look it up later and put it in my description later. But I like how some of them in their videos kind of, I guess more Amanda's, because that's the person whose videos I watched recently because they just came out with a new video. She was talking about how the buzzes were just such a bad bug pet, so I kind of took inspiration with that because I have a ghost buzz morphing potion and I decided to experiment with possible looks for it, and I think I found with all the blood, sweat, and tears of putting into this specific custom on Dress to Impress, I think I can safely say that I've found a decent looking way to customize a buzz, to make it look cool and, just make it look decent. It's not the best customization for a buzz, but I'm kind of happy with it. And then after I did that, I decided to try and do the same thing with an Ogren, which, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get my Dreamies list finished and completed and have all my Dreamies, just so I can work on these two, because I have morphing potions for both of them. I have an Ogren potion and a Ghost Buzz potion. So when I get my Dreamies all sorted out and finished, I cannot wait to customize these two undesirable Neopets and just see how they look when, actually having them and everything. I can't wait to see that. Don't know what their names are going to be, which is totally not my process at all, but whatever, let's get into it. The rule is I'm going to be going down the list, picking 3 good colors, 3 shitty colors for the species of Neopets and everything. Obviously this can't be in one entire video. It's going to have to be done in specific parts or multiple parts, whatever. So this is part 1 of me ranking Neopet colors, or this, what the colors look like in each species, and just picking 2 or 3 good and bad ones. This isn't This isn't a full customization video. I might do a customization video in the future, just something separate from this, but I feel like if you're getting into customization and you want to start with something, the color is always the best place to start if you're asking me, just because I feel like the color, even though it shouldn't matter a lot, it really does tie the whole thing together. It makes it look nice, it makes it look pretty, whatever. It's the full package. So starting with the Akaras, and I can't stand them. I have I have a rivalry with this species, which is so ironic because when Neopets first came out, I used to love the Akara. I had a plush of an Akara. I played with it all the time. But now, because the Neopets team has just made me conditioned to hate them, with all these Akara characters being so, oh my gosh, don't get me started. With 8-bit though, let's get started with 8-bit instead. I think 8-bit is really just a personal, taste thing. I don't care for the 8-bit that much. Maybe I'll find something for an 8-bit, pet down the line in this series, but it's just, that color is really just a personal taste, so it's not for me. It's not a bad color, so I'm not putting it on the shit list, but it's not really for me. The baby Akara gets passed because it looks like Stitch from, it looks like Stitch. I really like that. And I'm not going over every single color, I'm just looking at what I see here immediately and just pointing out certain things about certain colors really quick, trying to move on. Basic colors are basic. I guess, for a middle ground color, I would say, playing it safe colors, you can do anything with these colors. I'd say checkered is a really good one. Cloud is a really good middle ground color. This is the third fairy pet I've seen that is just so basic looking, but you know what? It's safe. It's safe to have. That's fine. Yeah. A lot of these colors I would say are pretty safe. You can't really go wrong with an Akara until I pick out the really shitty ones that you should not have with an Akara. But a lot of what I'm seeing so far doesn't seem like anything, unsalvageable. You can do a lot of work with some of these colors. It's definitely if you have a specific color in mind, like a royal color, and you can't afford it, I don't think there's any problem with you choosing any less expensive color, like a starry one. Speckled, it's not much, but it is something, and that's, I can appreciate that. So those are pretty good for middle ground colors. Let's take a look at, what is the best ones, if you're gonna ask. The best color for an Akara is obviously the mutant. Oh my word, are you joking me? Are you joking me? Look at this beast. It's perfect. They obviously get a spot for most beloved paint job. I don't know why I wanted to pronounce the J like a G, but whatever, it's fine. My next pick would probably be... I think the desert one looks really cool. I like all the little details and all the bling that the desert one has. I like how tired and, it's I don't know if they wanted to make it look tired, but I really like the ancient, tired look in its eyes. It really speaks, it really gives off the, I run an entire kingdom, I am constantly overworked and burnt out, please help me. I'm sunburnt, I'm burnt out, please save me. And I think that's a pretty good vibe to have. Um, for the last pick for number 3, I would probably go with, or maybe 2. I don't know. Maybe I'll just stay 2. Um, you know what? I'm gonna be that bitch. I'm gonna say Tyranian Akara is a pretty good color for the Akaras to have. Cause look at that. Look at its little face. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love what it looks like. A griffin. I think. I mean, I know we have the Eerie, but this looks like a baby version of that, and I think that is so adorable. You know, like it looks like the combination between a griffin or like I'd have to look up what a Tyranian Eerie is, but this looks adorable. It's going in my top 3. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Look at it. That's adorable. Um, like I said, every other color, if they're not on the best list and not on the shit list, you can just safely assume that they're middle ground colors. Like, you cannot go wrong with them at all. Like, I'm surprised, like, people aren't going with the sponge Akara and they're not, like, doing any cheese themes with that, because that looks cool. I feel like that would be a cool, like a fondue pet or something like that. Stealthy, that looks really sick. That looks so sick. Look at that. Um, I don't know about the mask, but, it's a really cool paint job. For the worst ones, alright, here we go. The water one, because my main issue with the water one is if you look over here at the toy one, they made the toy look more like they made it more water-like than the actual water Akara, so this design is just really lacking for me. I don't know why you would pick a water Akara when the toy one is right there. No, not saying anything. It's just, come on. That clearly, the toy one clearly looks more majestic, Alright, number 2 for worst one. Should I? Do I really need to? Should I? No. I think I'm just gonna let you sit there, and I'm gonna let you, Morocco and Akara, sit there and just personally wonder for the rest of your life whether you would have been on the shit list or the best list or not. You can just sit there and wonder. Think about that to yourself, okay? Okay. Oh gosh. They really fucked up with the Darrigan one. I don't like what they did with the Darrigan one. What is this? Like, it literally is just a cat with 2 horns on its head, which, I guess that's a cool design if that's what you want to go for. It's just really simplistic, I think, is what bothers me. It's too simplistic for a color like Darrigan, if that makes any sense. And I'm gonna go ahead and say camouflage is just, oh my god, what is this? I hate this color. I hate camouflage. It's very, I think camouflage is just a bad color in general, so you can take that with a grain of salt. It's just, I don't know if there's even a NEOPET that goes good with camouflage. I know it's definitely not the Akara, that's for certain. The Akara just sucks. The camouflage Akara just sucks. Okay. Next up is an Aisha, which, to be fair with this one, I think this is just a species that you can't really go wrong with any color just because of the species itself. They have a lot of species in this game, but this one definitely, it doesn't matter what you slap onto it. I think people are just going to enjoy it no matter what. which is cool. I like that. I like how diverse a species in of itself can be, but like I just said with the Darraganacara, there are some colors that can be lacking, and so it just doesn't fit, you know? You can't sit here if you don't fit. Alright. I'm gonna hold off on the best list and the shit list until I look over all of these ones. Just because, you know, make my little comments about certain colors, which ones would be safe to have, which ones would just, you know, which ones aren't the best to have, but it's better than nothing. Better than basic, I guess. I feel like polka dot is such an underappreciated color. I just love how silly it looks. I love, like, if they made a polka dot Aisha plushie, I probably would have owned one. I probably would have had it still to this day somewhere in my room. It's so cute. I love it. And it's a very safe color to have. Who else? What else would be a safe color? Okay, you know how I said I didn't like camouflage as a color? Well, I really don't like spotted as a color. We have polka dot right... Okay, I don't know why my webpage did that, but we have polka dot right here, and you're gonna shit on me with the spotted color. I hate spotted. There's only like 2 or 3 pets that look good in spotted, and everything else just looks fucking dumb. I'm sorry, it's just camouflage and spotted are not good colors at all. Like, I'd take speckled with how basic that looks over spotted, you know, anything else. Striped I feel like is a really good basic, like it's not basic, but it's something. I feel like that's a really good something to have. It's simple, it's not over the top, but you know. Excuse me. Like I said, I had dinner, so... Sorry, there's something on my screen. Alright, let's get into the best and the worst colors. I think we're just gonna point out the obvious. Alien, that's like the best to have for an Aisha. Coming in at a close number 2, a literal number 2 is Baby Aisha. That's just, oh my gosh, it's so adorable, it hurts. Sorry. I don't know why my screen just like, you know, jump scares itself, I guess. I'd say for the third best Aisha color that you could start with for your customization journey or something like that would probably be I'm gonna go ahead and say Mutant. I feel like Mutant is one of the best colors to have for an Aisha, just because when I first got my Aisha, I was gonna paint it Mutant because I bought a bunch of Mutant clothes for it by accident, and I didn't know that mutant clothing could only be worn by mutants at the time. Obviously I know now, but when I first got my Aisha, I was going to change it to a mutant one just because I bought all these clothes for it, but I ended up going with electric blue just because, you know, it's electric. It's cool. Cool looking, you know, that's another good color to have if you can't get any of the other, like, best colors on the best list or anything like that, but I'd say Mutant is probably one of the best colors in the game, if you're asking me. I know, I know I have 2 mutants, just ignore that, just take that with the entire jar of salt, you know, forget a grain, just take the whole damn container of it. Mutant is one of the best colors in the game. It's not for everybody, but you can't deny that it does have some of the best designs in the game. Now, for the worst colors, I'm gonna go ahead and say Tyranian Aisha is a number 1, just because what is up with those eyebrows? I don't like them. I don't like how those eyebrows look like they shed all the time. That's gross. Shedding eyebrows. Could you imagine if we had to deal with that? I'd be livid. Second worst is probably gonna be a biscuit Aisha for me. It looks so plain. It's just a beige Aisha. It's not even a biscuit Aisha. This one's too easy to give to the shit list, so I'm just gonna ignore that and find something else. That's too easy. I'd say the third worst one would probably be I'm gonna go ahead and say the robot. Because I feel like the robot, like, I mean, I feel like I should like the robot, Aisha, but I just don't. I don't like how it's staring at me. I don't like how it's not grateful. It's not grateful that it's my pet, you know? I don't like how it's not happy no matter what I do for it. I think that's why I don't like it. It has no emotions. It does not care that I rescued it from Robotnik's, castle. It looks at me with such disdain and emotionless eyes. I can't. I give you all these omelets and this is how you stare at me. I'm just gonna leave. That hurts actually. That hurts a lot. I'm leaving. Next pet. Maybe why? Okay. This species I really like a lot. It's a bloomaroo, and I own a bloomaroo. It was one of my first painted pound finds, was a zombie bloomaroo. I really love it. She's an apple bobbing champion. I'll delete. I had something opened up in one of my tabs just because I was gonna do like a visual list, but I'm not doing it. It's fine. Alright. Looking at, these, looking at these colors, I don't really see anything I hate so far. Nothing that garners a visceral reaction from me. I think you can kind of play it safe with the bloomaroo, like with the Aisha. This one's just kind of like a diverse species you can work with, I think. If you really want a bloomaroo, it'll work. It'll be fine. You can throw whatever you want at this little shit and he'll be happy with it. So let's just go ahead and try and find the best colors and the worst colors. Baby, I think, is like the best color for this. I really love how it looks. I would not trade my zombie bloomaroo for anything, obviously. It looks so cute. Look at him. He's happy to be here, unlike that robot Aisha. He actually appreciates me. And that's why we keep bloomaroos. My second pick for best color would be the Halloween one. Just because we have Count Monroe, it makes sense. I love the Haunted Woods. I'm biased. It makes sense. Get yourself a Halloween bloomaroo. It's fine. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love him. This one isn't evil, okay? He's not evil. And I think the third one... oh my god, what the hell is that? Okay. I think a third one would probably be... I really want to pick a third one. I'll just pick the obvious for this one too, a fairy one. It's so basic, which I disliked the fairy Akara for, but this is a bloomaroo. His design is simple. It works for him. It doesn't work. The Akara can't keep getting away with shit, okay? They cannot keep getting away with this shit. The Bloomaroos, they can get away with this shit all day long. I'm sorry for laughing. It's just I looked at him, his sweet, innocent little eyes, and I just saw a bunch of crime. Just, sorry, excuse me, just the urge to commit a million felonies behind all that sweet, innocent glimmer or glitter in his eyes, and I couldn't contain my laughter. That shit was funny. It still kind of is. Just, the tax beast is gonna ban all Bloomaroos because it's just one big pyramid scheme to commit tax fraud. Okay, let's start with the worst colors, because I cannot stand this. What is this? That helmet would look way cooler on a loop, or a Geller. I can't pronounce shit. It's fine. Leave me alone. Stop bullying me. But the desert one just looks so bad. Take that fucking helmet off, dude. Like, it's not doing you any favors, okay? Next really shitty one is the robot one. Whoever built this motherfucker just gave him car headlights for eyes. The person who made this guy didn't even give a shit about him either. Like, what did they do to you? You're just so fucking... You're worse than the Aisha. Oh my gosh. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say... Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the slime, or the snot Aisha, just isn't doing it for me. The only thing I think that saves it for me a little bit is his eyes. He just looks so traumatized, as he should be. He's covered in slime. But the thing that, like, gives it ultimately, like, puts it on the shit list for me is the snot Bloomaroo is literally just the mutant one. I don't know why it does that. Where is it? It's literally just the mutant one with a paint job. Just snot paint. And I already don't care for the mutant one just because it looks like, every time I look at this, it just reminds me of a mutant Norbu standing up on its hind legs. So to go from the mutant that I already don't like to snot, which is basically just the same thing but with snot thrown all over it. It's just, yeah, that's what final nail in the coffin for me. Next up, I don't know why. Okay, why can't I scroll? Okay, I can scroll? What the hell? Okay, that's kind of weird. Alright, whatever. We'll just go with the Borees next. I'm probably gonna do this up until, like... Oh. Why can't I scroll? That's so... I'm probably just gonna do this till the Chambi. Just Chia or Chambi. Whichever one I get tired with first, Because I gotta edit the video and everything, and I gotta figure out why this isn't scrolling, but okay. Moving swiftly on, or as close to swiftly as possible, we're just gonna take a glance, a cheeky peek, if you will, at these Borees. The Boree, for an underrated species, just kind of has... They have a bunch of pretty solid colors, When I was planning my toy pet, I was originally going to get a toy Boree just because it's... Oh my gosh, I'll show you in a minute, but the toy Boree is just such a good design. But then they came out with a toy Poogle, and then it just kind of fucked my whole world up, so... And it's been giving me a constant headache ever since, trying to think of a new name, trying to think of a new customization, trying to decide which species of toy pet that I want, because I only have the one paintbrush, which I traded for, and I don't want to paint a pet and then not, squander my opportunity, basically. NEOPET's indecisiveness gives me the biggest fucking headache I have ever had in my life. Like, if instantaneous headache, I want to lay down for 5 hours and not do anything, not wake up. Just until I figure out what I want to do with my NEOPETs, I don't want to do anything at all. I really don't. It's too much for me. Way too much. The risks are too high. Alright, let's get on with picking the best 3 colors or the best 2 colors. You know, sometimes it... Let me take a drink first, because... Oh my gosh, this is... Yes, I have water, but I'm choosing to drink pop, and I'm choosing to be unhealthy. It's okay. I know the risks with being unhealthy. Alright. So I think the best colors doing this scroll over would have to be... Well, obviously I'm just gonna pick Toy Bori, because it is such a good design. I love what they did with this guy. This is spot on. Look at this. Like, I'm having an internal conflict because I don't know which of the toy pets that I want, because this motherfucker right here. I probably said that really messed up, but this motherfucker. Look at him. He's got a little toy bone in his mouth. It's so cute. Look at that. Close second would be the pastel one, because my personal bias loves the color scheme of it. I don't think I could own a pastel pet just because I don't know what to do with one. Or I feel like the items that would complement a pastel pet would be way too expensive for me. For me personally, like, the Dreamies on my Dreamy list are expensive enough as is for points. I really don't need this breaking the bank for me. You know, like... So pastel's really good, toy is really good. You know what? I was gonna go with Relic because it's another really popular choice. But the Robot Bori, I'm picking the Robot Bori for number 3. Because I love virtual pets, obviously why I play Neopets. I love the iDog, which is why I'm having an internal conflict. I really love that the Bori here, the robot one, is based off of the Aibo, which is another, like, robot dog made by Sony. And, sorry. Oh my gosh, that's the last time I eat that specific dinner again. The Robot Bori is, like, he's based off the Aibo, which was a dog made by Sony in order to rival the Poochie. Obviously, back in the day, the Aibo was super expensive at the time, so barely anybody had it, and if you had it, you were considered one of the cool kids. So it's like, it's just such a cute design. It's such a good design. He's such a good boy. He's smiling. He's happy to be here. He wants to be here. Let him in. Worst colors. Shit list colors. Let's go. Okay. I think for the first shit list color, we're gonna go with the Moroccan Bori, because what is this? What? I just don't like you. I don't trust you. I don't like you. I'm leaving. This one, I left that one to go to something worse, because you look at the Fairy Bori. Why do you have 2 sets of wings? This is so impractical. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I don't even know what to say to you two. I'm leaving, you know. Third worst color. I'm gonna go ahead and say even though, like, for custard, this is a really good design compared to the other custard pets. I like how it actually looks like the color it's supposed to be. I like how you could probably make it vanilla. You know, call it vanilla ice cream. I just don't care for how curdly he looks. Like, he kind of looks like cottage cheese a bit, and that shakes me. That has me shook a little bit. So custard is probably one of the worst colors you can pick for this guy. That's not what I wanted. Bruce. Brucey Bruce. Brucey Moosey Moosey. Okay. Bruce is kind of just a really basic ass penguin. You know, it's nothing special, it's nothing, you know, wow factor, but I know in other people's videos they've explained the history of the Bruce, but Bruce Forsyth was a well-known British comedian and the creators of NEOPETs, or creators at the time, founders, whatever you want to call them. They put Bruce Forsyth in the game as a pet, just so, you know, as a little homage or a little cheeky giggle, whatever. Then they changed it later when people were like, why should we own a person? Because they actually, for another fun fact, there was another person pet in the game. Macy Gray, I believe, is who the person was in the game. If you thought Bruce Forsyth was pretty bad, you should look up who Macy Gray is and just quiver and, you know, just quiver and clutch your pearls that was a thing at the time where you could own Macy Gray as a pet. I can't remember. Oh my gosh. I can't remember if she was turned into a meerkat or a mohawk. It was a pet that started with the letter M, obviously. But they changed her from Macy Gray to a mohawk, I think, is what she turned into. But yeah, so there's 2 instances of, you know, people as pets on the website. In some of the concept art, they were actually thinking of adding a species that was a literal, you know, literal babby, basically. But they were, oh, sorry. I don't know why. Like I said, I had a whole visual list I was going to do, but I decided against it. But they named it Hugh in the concept art. Obviously that didn't fly. So enough about my little like crash course history in people owning on Neopets. Oh my fucking god, I can't believe I said that sentence out loud. I can't believe you can say that sentence for a game like Neopets and people just understand what you're talking about. Like, that was a thing. Gosh. Why did they... I'm not even going to question Borovin and Donna's intentions with that. I'm just gonna... Moving swiftly on. Best colors. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that the zombie Bruce is a really good color to have. Look at how fucked up he is. He is so unhinged. He is so gory. He is so unhinged. He's fed up. I love it. This is such a good zombie pet. What else? You know what? I'm just gonna give this one to Bruce. You know, the only color that people buy Bruce's for, well, not buy Bruce's, own Bruce's for, alright, I said that sentence all messed up. The only color that people, like, buy for Bruce's is the Christmas one, and he rocks it, honestly. You know, I'm not taking that from him. He at least deserves one win, and I think, like, I'm gonna let him have the Christmas win. You know, he earned Christmas. He gets Christmas from me. Candy, are you kidding me? Candy, look at this guy. Candy all day, every day. Candy Bruce. If you're gonna get a Bruce, you can get a Candy Bruce. Holy shit, they went off for this one. Now the worst colors. Okay. The worst one immediately is a Disco Bruce, because what the hell even is this? What are you doing? Take off that fucking afro. What are you doing? You look like you're trying way too hard to fit in at the fucking vintage party, and it's not working. You're not. Just leave the party, leave the venue. Okay. Pirate Bruce. I just kind of want to slap this guy. I just want to punch him. I want to slap him. He looks like the type of guy that would run his mouth to you out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, you wanna say something like that? Well, bam, I'm gonna hit you in the face really hard. He has the most slappable face I can think of. Like, really smug, really just. I want him to shut up. I'm so angry at that penguin, that specific penguin. I'm gonna say for a third worst color, it is going to be. It's gonna be the elderly one for me. She just looks like she has the pearls. She looks like a Karen that would clutch her pearls. And if you do have the name Karen and you're watching my videos, you're probably awesome. But I'm just talking about, like, come on, Karen, you're really doing this right now, Karen. You're really gonna give the customer service representation hell over a 10-year-old coupon, Karen. Like, your boomer father would not be going off about a 10-year-old expired coupon the way you're going off about one right now, Karen. Take it down a notch, you know? That's perfect, actually. She looks like the type of person who would freak out about a 10-year-old coupon not being valid, but then, her boomer parents would probably just be staring at, people that are much older than her would probably be staring at her like, girl, what are you doing? You're so embarrassing right now. Stop. It's just, you don't have the coupon. You don't need to use the coupon. It's fine. Alright, buzzes. Like I said, I'm in the process, I'm in the I'm experimenting with a buzz. Like I said, buzz is not the best species to have, if I'm being honest with you. It's just, I feel like it could work if you just got rid of the tail. What even is that for a tail? I hate the tail on the thing. I think that's the thing that's keeping me from liking it, is the tail. I hate looking at that thing. Okay, so we're just gonna dive right into it. The best colors, I would say, immediately is a woodland buzz. This is so beautiful. They made the tail look good. They gave the tail purpose. They made it look cohesive. They brought it together full circle. I love the woodland buzz. If you're gonna have a buzz, get a woodland. If you can't get a woodland, I'd recommend, for number 2, I'd fully recommend the desert one. I think the desert one really owns it, it's a good outfit for him, it's a good color for him, just even with the tail being there, it still looks good. Get a desert one. Third one, because it's not the most liked NEOPET. He deserves a third one, We're gonna go with the baby buzz for number 3, because it's a little guy. It's a little dude, he's just being small. He's just being small, he wants to feel tall. He's just crawling around, He's cool. I like him. He's just a little guy and I like him. He's cool. Okay. Worst colors. This is the worst color ever. I mean, I know they couldn't do something like scary like the Fly movies. Don't watch the Fly movies. Do not watch the Fly movies. if you are somebody who cannot handle like body horror, I guess, because the main thing with that movie is a scientist works on a teleporter, a fly gets caught in the machine, and when he teleports out of the machine, he turns into like a bug person. Um, that doesn't sound scary when I say it, but if you watch it and you're somebody who's squeamish about that, don't stay away from it. Just do yourself a favor. It's not it's not a fun horror movie, okay? I don't mean to get serious about that, but oh my gosh, it's not fucking around. But this color right here, I don't even know why they made this a color for him. Like, I would have been fine if they didn't make a Halloween buzz. I don't think Halloween, like a buzz, like the buzzes did not need a Halloween color. I don't think they needed one, especially if they were just gonna kind of like cop out by making it a werewolf. It makes zero sense, you know? What even is that? Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna give the buzz a fourth color. Moroccan. That's a really good color to have for the buzz. If you do want to get a buzz, that one's the best. If you're gonna go with a Moroccan. It's a shrimp. He's shrimpy. You know, if you're not allergic to shrimp, go ahead. But back to the worst ones. What was the first worst one I said? Oh wait, no, okay, that was Halloween one. Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm on track and I'm not screwing everything up. Second worst one is this. I hate this thing. I hate this thing. I want to squish this thing out of existence forever. This is so like I'm this is I feel like if I could hyperventilate right now looking at this thing, I would. I'm leaving. That's nasty. That's straight up nasty. The third one is this because it just gives me the minute I look at this thing is the minute that I look at it, I immediately think of like being on a roller coaster and or you know sticking your head out of the car window for fresh air or whatever, and then like pulling your head back in from the car or like being on the roller coaster and you just have a bunch of bugs in your face. It's so gross. It's like you just it's like you just pulled your head back in and you just shoot this thing out of your nose. It's so gross. I hate it. Ugh. That's gross. Ugh. I don't like that. I don't like the memories it just like forced onto me. I've never actually no. Like, I think gnats. I've had gnats mess with me like that before, and I hate it. I hate that so much. Oh my gosh. Okay. Chias. Obviously, you know, the fruit and vegetable chias, everybody loves them, so I'm gonna make a challenge for myself here and not pick any fruit and vegetable chias for this. Let's go. Starting with 8-bit chia. That's a really good color to have for a chia just because he fits it. It's such a perfect fit for, you know, a species like a chia. It's so simplistic, it works. It's too simplistic, and then to put an 8-bit, the 8-bit actually gives it more, you know, life, I think. So, that's a plus. For the next best color, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, what the fuck is all this? Okay. Wow. This is gonna be a bit tricky. Oh gosh. Okay. Didn't realize how tricky it would be without all of the fruit chias carrying me. Okay. Here we go. Snow chia. That's a really good color for a chia. It looks wholesome. He's he's good enough, okay? He's good enough to be here. He's a good enough color. He's a good enough pet. The snow chia, you are good enough. You are loved. You are appreciated. Let's find number 3. And then I cannot wait to shit all over this fucking species as soon as I find a number 3. Just, I've had enough of this dude already. Nobody likes you. I can't wait. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let me go back. There we go. Mutant. I'm just gonna go ahead and say mutant is the obvious third choice because Florg, I think, is the official name for it. Super popular character. The posing's really good. Posing's like phenomenal actually for such a small character, simple like shape of a character. And the worst ones, let's go. I've been waiting for this shit. The disco one. Just like the Bruce, you're not special. You get the fuck out of here. We don't like you here. We don't want you here. You're not like the Snow Chia, and you're no better than the Disco Bruce. Get out of here. You're just wrong. Alright. The desert one, okay. What were they thinking with this? Why? This didn't need to be a color. Like, I would have been happier not seeing this and just moving on. Who even owns this? I want to, like, comment below if you have a desert chia. Like, you can do so much better than a desert chia. Look at this. This is... What even... You get nothing. I don't know what... You leave me speechless in the worst way possible. I think for number 3... I don't know why my voice cracked there. Probably because I don't have enough pop to drink, but whatever, it's fine. I should get water, it's okay. For the worst one, the eyebrows. Look at this unga bunga bastard. I can't stand this guy. Why are you here? You look like you just came from Spirit Halloween. Like, this is not... Your costume looks like it's about ready to fall off. Like, if it snags on the tiniest little branch. You know what I'm talking about? Like, those really cheap, like, poorly made trash bag costumes of Caveman from Spirit Halloween, and the wig is just, like, all clumped up and greasy, or, like, clumped up and sticky from all the hairspray that you have to use on the synthetic wig. It's just, oh my gosh, you don't have to be unga bunga. You can, you know, find something else to wear. You can do something else with that do, sir. What even is this? Just looks way too cheap. And I'm not saying that to be like, I'm not saying cheap and like, oh, you can't afford any other brush. No, I'm saying he looks cheap in like a bad way. Like, he would break. Like, he would break if you tried to give him food, you know? Like, just, my chia combusted. You know? I don't know why this does not want to scroll, but let's just end it with Chambi because this page will not let me scroll. And, you know, maybe after I can figure out what to do with it. I never wanted a Chambi. A lot of my dreamies actually turned into pets that I never wanted, but then I saw the one color of them and I instantly had to have it. The Chambi is, like, it's not a dreamy, but it's not an exception to that neither, you know. I ended up spending a good chunk of my money to buy a magical Chambi plush. I'm gonna paint it brown because the theme I have for it is gonna be like island tourist vacationer. I picked out the perfect name for it. It'll be perfect. It'll be cute. Um, I did the customization for it, so later down the line, this isn't like it's not a dreamy, so it's not on my dreamies list. But when I'm done getting my dreamies, I'm gonna be working on these other extra pets. Just something to do, pets to have and love still. But yeah, the Chompy is not that bad of a pet. I never really wanted one before until I sat down and took some time to look at it. Like, took some time to find a theme for it. Um, you know, Plus, for now, it's, kind of cheap to get a Chompy. So I was like, fuck it, I'll buy something before the prices inflate just so I can have it if I want to decide to have one later. But yeah, there's nothing. Oh, we'll come back to you. Don't you worry. You're not safe. This is not a safe place for you. We're just gonna go ahead and get right into picking three best colors, three worst colors. I feel like the woodland one is. I'll come back to the woodland one. Toy Chompy. That is so fucking adorable. Look at that. That's so perfect. It's not like a cheaply made pharmacy dinosaur. That is like Toys R Us dinosaur. That's befitting. Oh my gosh. I love the shine on it. I love how I can feel like if I pet it, it's just the clean plastic, no nicks. It's not broken. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. For the second best one, second best, I'm gonna say Darrigan. I'm gonna say Darrigan is a good, second best for this because I like how evil it looks. I like how it's a good contender for a dragon Neopet if you can't get yourself a Drake or a Gararo or a Skeeth or a Shoiru. I feel like if you want a dragon, this is a good one. Like a good placeholder or a good substitute for a dragon Neopet is the Darrigan Chompy. It's so vicious. I like it. For number 3, what could number 3 be? I'm gonna go ahead and say that for number 3, I'm gonna pick. I think I'm gonna pick the Moroccan just because I like cryptids and I like how the Moroccan Chompy is a better or closer resemblance to Nessie. I like how it's the Nessie Neopet. It's cute. Keep it. If you can get a Moroccan Chompy, keep it, love it, don't ever let it go. It's Nessie. The worst ones. Let's just start with the worst one out of the way. I don't trust this guy. I feel like this is like the person at the back of your class who wants to say the most fucked up stuff when the professor brings up a controversial topic. They want to sit there and play devil's advocate, but you kind of stare at them like this isn't even. Why are you even talking like this right now? This isn't even devil's advocate. This is just you sounding like a jackass. Or you're standing outside at a party because you want a break from the party, want some fresh air, and this guy is just waiting for somebody to say anything to him just so he can relentlessly debate with people and act like he's smarter and better than you. I have a fucking a gotcha statement right here. Don't engage. Just if you see him at the party looking like this, don't even engage. Don't even bother. Just walk away. Just scroll away. for the last one that I really don't give a shit about, um, hmm, I think for the last one, 8-bit. Never mind, 8-bit. This looks so unorganized. I don't like the color scheme at all. I don't like I don't like nothing about this. I can't even there's nothing to say about this neither. This is just such an unorganized, messy paint job. Okay. So I think for now, I'm gonna stop here and the video here. I have plans on making more parts of this because I mean we have so many species to go through, plus I gotta figure out why the website is not letting me scroll. I think my next video, because I'm gonna try and get like 2 videos out at least before Christmas next week, so you guys have something to watch and listen to. But um, I think my next video is just gonna be me giving you guys an update on my account, showing you guys some new pets I got, showing you guys some plans for some new pets, gallery updates, etc. Doing my dailies. Um, Selling items in my shop, whatever, whatever. So, yeah, I think that's it for now. Um, yeah, no, it's not letting me scroll. I don't know why it's not doing that. Why is it just saying, okay. I'll figure you out later. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. Like I said, this is just opinions. This is a stepping stone. Like, to start with what color to paint your pet. If you don't know what to customize it with yet, maybe a new color scheme will help. Maybe, maybe you find something that I hate and turn it into a masterpiece. Maybe, you find something I enjoy and just stomp all over it. I don't know. I hope this helped you in some way with your pets, or what to do with pets that you found that you don't know what to do with or traded for and don't know where to start with. But um, yeah, the next one for my next video, that's the colors. Next one we'll be starting off with is the Psy Bunny for the next video. So, get ready to see that. All right, have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.